G'day everyone and welcome back to Derriere Farms, where today I thought we would take a look at Felsbrunn 22, which obviously is the remake of the Felsbrunn map that shipped with Farming Simulator 19. As you can see just by the overall map, there's a few fields added that weren't there before. But for the most part, everything that was there in the original map is there now. Now, just for the record, this was my favorite base game map in Farming Simulator 19. I did not like... I can't remember the name of it, the American map. And I wasn't too fond of the Alpine DLC either, mainly because there was so many grass fields that you had to plow up to be able to do anything with them. And animals were a bit of a pain in Farming Simulator 19. So that's why I wasn't overly fond of it. I think next to... well, there was Welker Farms, and there were one or two other maps, but this was definitely one of the maps that got my attention and had a lot of playtime on it. So I'm curious to take a look around the map and see what's been added to bring it up to par for Farming Simulator 22. Obviously the house is different, but it does keep with the theme of the map. I never did figure out whether Felsbrunn was in Germany or Switzerland or somewhere around Austria, somewhere around there. I guess it doesn't matter, they're just sort of regional depictions, and for the most part, the house fits the style of the map. As you can see, the farmyard is, again, more or less laid out the same way as it was in Farming Simulator 19. He's added a couple of sheds that weren't there. We did have that style of shed. I think there were one or two of them. Actually, it wasn't even that style. It was right in the middle, and it was badly placed. So I like how he's kind of divided this area. I guess before we go any further, we'll take a look at the equipment we get. So for small tractors, you get two of the Fendt favorites, the 511s, at 115 horsepower. And you get the medium, the Massey Ferguson 3670. You get the Deutz-Fahr basic combine. You do get the modern pickup truck. I have purchased the Bear because that's what I like to do map tours on. Standard trailer. So pretty much you get the Cedar is the base game Cedar. So you pretty much get the same equipment as you do on most starting maps in the game. So nothing fancy there. I think what we're going to do is we're going to start off at the farm. We'll go around into town. We'll take a look through town. And we'll go counterclockwise as we do our tour. And I could already see that there are collectibles on this map. Quite a few of them. I'm not sure where they're displayed. I haven't actually got that far into the map yet. Look, there's another collectible, so there's certainly no shortage of them. You start off with the two base game fields to the right that you started with in the original map. The two houses that are here. I always like this field. It should be an interesting field. It shouldn't be too bad in Farming Simulator 22. I was just thinking in terms of the slope and horsepower requirements for the equipment, because that slope is definitely going to add some extra horsepower. There's the livestock dealer and the bale sell point. That is the one from the Swiss map, Erlengratt. And it actually looks very nice in place here. The railroad system is back, which is nice. And I always had a habit on this map of speeding around this part of the map. Now I'm not sure if these I think Sports Center, this looks very nice. You have some new ground textures. The tailor shop. I always like the view of the river on this map. I like the fact that I don't know, I mean the church is from Erlengratt. Some of the houses and stores are from Erlengratt, but I'm not sure if all of them are. I haven't done that much of a comparison between the two maps, and it doesn't really matter because they fit the map very well. There's the bakery. We don't really have anything down to the right except for scenic views. Sorry, I just looked because I saw more collectibles, and I'm not going to give away the location of all of those. Lots of sports centers, so I'm guessing they're a fairly athletic town here. The bridge is back. There is the dairy, I guess, or the cheese factory, and the grocery store. Those are definitely both from Erlengratt. That was weird. I don't know if anyone else saw that. Telling me to go right, and then the arrow disappears. That one didn't do it. There's the spinnery. The ships are back. I don't know. I'm guessing that's the Rhine, or a figment thereof. There's the dairy. I'm not sure what the difference between this one and... There's a castlery, which was the cheese factory, and there's the dairy. So I'm curious, and I guess I'll find out when I start playing the map whether they produce two different products or not. Let's add some money in, actually, and we'll buy some. certified dairy, yes. So it produces butter, cheese, chocolate. And the castlery, butter and cheese. Definitely a good cheese producing map. So if you have lots of cows, you definitely have lots of milk sale points. Just as we drive, interestingly enough, I was reading on the news that assuming that this is the Rhine River on the right, that the Rhine is getting so dry and the water levels are getting so low, much like Lake Mead in the States, that cargo ships aren't going to be able to navigate the Rhine much longer, and everything's going to have to be shipped by train, which is going to be yet another boost to the price of products. That's totally off topic, I know. He's done a good job with the port. He's kept the entranceway the same. The buildings obviously are slightly different. Most of the new buildings that are on the map are all looking like they have been taken from maps on Farming Simulator 22 to take advantage of there's a grain sell point for the port, the lime station. Anyway, as I was saying, it looks like they're being put here to take advantage of A, productions, and B, parallax occlusion mapping. The cereal factory. That says H&H Milling Group, and it looks like a production. I'm guessing this is the flour factory. I might have got that wrong. And I don't seem to be able to purchase it. 1 second. Alright, I don't see a trigger point here. I just see a sell point. Sorry, I don't see a production point. I just see a sell point. So I'm guessing it is just a sell point, and that trigger is a leftover that didn't get taken out from the original building from H&H Milling Group, which is Elm Creek, I believe. But overall, I like the port. I think he's done a pretty good job there. I don't know if these have collisions. No good. He removed them. The waterfall. Now here is this one I'm curious about. Obviously there is the railroad sell point, and there's a trigger to summon the train. But what this production is, I am not sure. Plaster production, I looked at that earlier, and I'm not sure. Okay, so it's one of Omatana's buildings. And it produces quite a few, well, premium potatoes, French fries. It pretty much accepts everything. It's a sell-all point. But if we look at productions, it also produces a lot of things. And just up here, I like this, the construction zone and the debris crusher. Looks like it is actually part of the construction zone. Very nice touch. I never did too much with these two fields. I think I grew sugar beets in them a couple of times. But because of the big hill that separated that area from that area, I couldn't be asked to drive all the way around to do something. Although they could be a good, I never thought of this, they could be a good location to turn into grass and have your sheep farm or something like that there. Alright, which way? Left or right? We'll go left. Because I'm curious to see what the buildings are around here. That definitely has the feel. Sorry, white van. I haven't seen that stupid yellow car that travels around the two European maps yet, so that's a nice touch. Definitely has the right feel for the building that was there in 19, as does the gas station. Okay, so there's the grain mill. That's what I thought. That's why I was confused by the other one. I knew the grain mill was here. So the production trigger is obviously just... it's there, it's not usable, it's got to be taken out of the XML file. Not a big deal, it doesn't make or break the map. Waterfall's still there, which is nice, and there's quite a bit of lumber to be collected as you go up this hill. Now just be warned, just like in Farming Simulator 19, only it's going to be a little bit worse with 22 because of the improved physics due to weight limitations. This hill takes a fair amount of horsepower to get up. As you can see, I'm only hitting 33, 34 miles per hour, and I've got it floored on the dirt bike. There's the carpentry. I'm looking to the left, and I should be looking to the right. There's the carpentry and the sawmill. Which are both now productions, which is nice. I don't think we need to go all the way down there. We can just take a look and see what that is. That's a great processing unit. Boy, that's quite a distance from... well, I don't know where I'd put grapes on this map. To be quite honest, I'm done with grape farming. it's a pain in the butt. I'll buy my grapes and my raisins using Viable Productions mod. Alright, let me go back. Before I go back down, I do like the fact that this area, apart from having great production, has pretty much remained the same. What I did, and this is what made it worth coming up this hill in 19, was I plowed straight down, straight across, and then straight up and joined these fields together and made one large field. And fields 1 and 2 became one large field, which always yielded quite well. And that made the trek up the hill with the combine worthwhile. Alright, let me go back down the hill and I will see you in a second. Right, here we are back at the grain mill, ready to continue our trek around the map. This was always a nice area for farming too. I don't remember it being this hilly, but I'm guessing it was. Again, this was an area I plowed together and made a very large field. That was the nice thing about this map. If you look at it, and I'll show you the fields I plowed together in a minute, but you can see how easy it would be to plow 17 and 13 together and you get a monster field. The reason I say that is I usually don't play European maps because I find their fields a little on the small side, and I like great big combines like the Case and the John Deere with 45 or 50 foot headers. And this map kind of grows with you and allows you to have that. Same with these fields here. I'm going to take the shortcut because I don't think I'm going to do any damage to the crops on a four-wheeler. He's definitely, I mean, it's kept the same feel as it had in 19. There's a railroad station. Let's have a quick tour up here. Yeah, this is the railroad. There's some more collectibles, FYI. And this is the railroad grain silo from Aubé-Laurent. Any experts out there recognize those type of crossings, railroad crossings, and can tell me where they're from, what country or what area? Like I said, I'm assuming Germany, Austria, that part of the world. The gas station. There's the BGA. Now, the BGA, I did a little bit of a test before I started this map tour, this video, and you actually have to buy the BGA before you can sell anything at it. It's not like the BGA on some other maps where you have access to be able to sell product, i.e. make money off silage before buying it. Excuse me. But it's not that expensive at $117,000. Alright, the sugar mill's located here. The oil mill, this is at the northern port. Again, I don't remember these fields. Were they there or were they not there on the original map? I'm not sure. Generic sell point. Overall, I'm pretty impressed so far with what he's done with the map. Now, I didn't knock that over. That must just be... Yeah. Happens on Elm Creek all the time, too. You'll be driving around and something is knocked over a sign. And you're like, it wasn't me. I haven't been here yet. But the BGA is big, and I'm curious to see how customizable it will be when pumps and hoses come out. I almost took that one out. Now, what I like is up ahead there is another railroad silo, and that was unusable in Farming Simulator 19, but he's made that one usable, so that's very nice. Because the land was flat down here, for the most part, that's where I put my animal pens in Farming Simulator 19. Well, we are pretty much done. I see the farm off in the distance, and overall I would say he has done a good job. I never even thought to look who the author was. The author has done a good job of capturing the feel of this map. I like the cobblestones too. Nice touch on the textures. I'm not going to bother going up to the castle. I'm sure that, to me, it looks like the castle from... Well, let's go find out. We're halfway there. I thought we'd just stop and I'd show you the view of the town, which I think looks really well done. Even though the textures are a little bit faded at this distance. And I did notice a few more collectibles along the road on the way up here. I won't say exactly where, but keep your eyes open if you're coming up here. This is exactly where, if I was a map maker, this is where I would put collectibles because, well, it gives people an incentive to come up here. I never did use this field for anything in Farming Simulator 19. Never understood why it was here or what it was for. And again, I couldn't be chuffed to go all the way up here. Ooh, this is nasty. This is my only complaint so far of the map was it would have been nice if you'd kept the pathway flat. And yeah, this is the castle from Oberon. And from here we can take a look at the map where the farm is. And all in all, I think it is very nicely done. The pond or the lake is, well, yeah, the pond is where it's supposed to be. That was your water cell point in fill point in 19. The only place we haven't visited is the vehicle dealership, and it's pretty much the standard vehicle dealership. I'm going to take the quick way down the hill and see what happens. Whoa! Yeah, I wasn't sure. Well, what can you do? So overall, yeah, I definitely think he did a very good job with this map. Anyway, as I was saying, I think he definitely did a very good job capturing the look and feel of the map. I fired up Farming Simulator 19 because I wanted to check something, and then the cat jumped on the keyboard, and I don't remember what it was. Apart from the fact that I have, 600 hours on this map. Oh, that was it. I wanted to check the fields. Okay. So the dockyards and the port, yeah, there were no fields. So he's compressed the port up here and he's added 2 fields, which I think makes a lot more sense. The dockyard still has a very nice feel to it, and you don't have the wasted space. But yeah, overall, the rest of all the fields are there, so he's added a couple, and it definitely captures the spirit and the feel of Felsbrunn from Farming Simulator 19. And of course, it's got the updated graphics and the updated textures to bring it up to 22 standards. So I think I'm going to give this one a great big thumbs up. Probably another 9 out of 10. And I'm definitely going to be playing it. So I hope you found this video useful. I hope you liked seeing Felsbrunn in Farming Simulator 22. I'm excited to see it back. And it's definitely, like I said, going to get some playtime. So please remember to give the video a thumbs up if you found it useful. And leave a comment as to what you think about the map. Take care, and thanks for watching. Jay.